as we talked about it and we researched the chicken wing shortage, it's actually a very interesting topic, right? It sounds dumb and it's crazy, right. And it's a funny topic because only in America.
If health is a state of mental, physical, spiritual, and social well-being, a state in which the body is functioning at 100% and not merely the absence of disease, then why is it that black people are the least healthy race on the planet?
Welcome to Black Health by Evoke, a podcast where we discuss the unfair access to care, health inequality, and the cultural and generational impact of poor health in our communities.
It's time for us to take responsibility for our own health. Meet Dr. E, Dr. T, and myself, Dr. V. We want black people to be encouraged and empowered, for our people are perishing for lack of knowledge. It's time for black health to thrive, not just survive.
Fellas.
What is going on? How's it going?
I like that hat, Doc.
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Let me turn this way.
I am chiropractic. I like that.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to put my order in, man. It's gonna be a nice hat to wear.
Yeah, it look like an Instagram post right there, right?
Please, no more Instagram posts on chiropractic, man. Please, man. What the heck? I'm tired of patients coming in my office saying,
that say that.
Man, I literally got people coming in scared now to get adjusted because they're watching Instagram posts on chiropractic.
Right.
Scared.
Yeah, we had somebody in today, and she found us through Instagram, but she came in telling us what she wanted, what she didn't want to do, and all this stuff. It's like we'd be in the wrong place.
She want the Y strap. They want the Y strap, don't they? They want to get that Y strap.
She didn't want us to take X-rays. If we took X-rays, she wanted a face shield, a body shield, everything. It's like I don't know what you've been watching, but
right.
This is not the place.
When you go to the hospital, you don't ask for. But
may not be the place for
in the hospital, you could just go in there like, I want you to prescribe me this and do this. I'm sure.
Yeah.
No COVID screening.
Right. I don't go into
no
the restaurant.
COVID screening.
You know what I'm saying? It's like going into the restaurant and telling them, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all normally cook y'all chicken this way, but I want you to cook my chicken this way. And they're going to look at you crazy and be like, nah, this is the way we cook our chicken.
You're going to go ask for baked chicken in the fried chicken shack. Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
and fried and crispies.
With all kinds of spices.
Instead of just cut off the tips for me and just fry the drum.
Man, y'all making me hungry, man. Y'all making me hungry now. Y'all making me hungry.
I just like to eat that extra piece. Hey, what's the extra piece called? You got the drum. What's the other piece called?
You talking about the giblets? You want some fried giblets?
Is that what
it's called the flat. You know, or the fat, and just put tip. And just go and tell, look, I don't want the tip off. I want just give me the drum and flat. But I want to stir together. Don't cut them in pieces.
I never knew that they call flats. Okay, all right. I ain't had a chicken wing in a long time, so my verbiage ain't up.
Chicken wings, man.
I mean, that's appropriate because that's what we talking about today. Chicken wings.
You know what? I ain't think
we talking about chicken wings, man.
Man, I'm in Chicago, man. That's that lemon pepper sauce, man, and that mild sauce and that hot sauce and chicken wings is a staple.
Yeah. And that must be different from St. Louis, man, because we don't have lemon pepper sauce. Yeah. We have lemon pepper seasoning.
We got lemon pepper.
It's dry rub. It's dry rub. We don't do lemon pepper sauce.
We got lemon pepper with sauce. Lemon pepper with sauce. There ain't no lemon pepper sauce. Let me get you right so you don't come here thinking we got no lemon pepper sauce. All right.
Hey man, when you say lemon pepper, you gotta say at the end.
You have a little buzz in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Little wing stop.
Right. Yeah.
Which is, I think is all this is appropriate, man, because that
Well,
really is our topic today, y'all. Our topic is really about chicken wings. We're talking about the chicken wing shortage, and as we talked about it and we researched the chicken wing shortage, it's actually a very
Man,
interesting
that is a
topic,
funny
right?
topic.
It sounds dumb and it's crazy, right, and it's a funny topic because only in
Only in
America,
America.
only in America is there going to be a chicken
Not
wing
only
shortage.
that, they
You know what I'm saying?
they talked about it on the news. It was breaking news.
It's like a real, yeah. Right. You might as
now
well have been
now
going to war.
that you say that, out of all of the countries that I've been to, chickens can walk around free. In America, you ain't gonna see a chicken walking around nowhere. You
Unless
know
it's on
that.
the farm.
That
Unless it's
We ain't got
unless
enough
it's
of them.
a private farm.
and they not walking there. They just sitting there
Right.
waiting for the slaughter. They just sit there. They walking there.
Hey, we got such a shortage. We ain't got no wild chickens. Why ain't no wild chickens? When last time you seen a wild
In
chicken?
the Dominican, that's the last time. And
So my question,
We love chicken wings in this
Dr. E,
country.
I gotta ask, man, how in the world do you get a chicken wing shortage? It wasn't no thighs,
man, it's crazy.
no shortage of thighs or breasts or none of that. Just
I guess people don't. The thighs is too dry. Is that why young people don't want them? Chicken breast is too dry. It's too dry. That's why they ain't want it. People love wings, man. They handy and they snack size.
Okay.
I think is really what it is, man. And it really was a combination of a couple of different things that was a factor. During the pandemic was when we had the wing shortage, and that wing shortage happened for, like I said, a couple of different reasons. The main reason was because we actually ate more chicken wings during the pandemic. So what we saw was there was more people eating out, even though we was all at home.
Eating out, ordering chicken wings.
It was more fast food, right? More food delivered, more takeout than ever before, even though we was all sitting, within 20 feet of our stove, right? Which is a crazy idea, right? Because the excuse for fast food has always been, I'm busy. Right, I'm running around taking the kids to this and that. I got to pick up, like, work late, blah blah blah. This is the reason that my family eat McDonald's or eat pizza, because I'm busy. But we know that's not true, because once you wasn't busy no more, we actually ate more of that stuff. Right?
So could it be because the grocery stores were closed?
I don't know if it was because the grocery stores were closed, because they was closed like a day during the pandemic. Right. Food still had to be,
they were essential. Essential.
They were essential.
Well, I think as you talk, man, I think it's probably a couple other things you may have to dive a little bit deeper into, because considering that there was a shortage of the shelves were basically empty in some of the grocery stores as well. So like you said, if more people were ordering out, we already see the food of choice was chicken wings, right? So what do you think that shortage did to us, man? I mean, or the ordering of all these wings, what did it do to us? Why was it so popular?
It was man. It was a combination. It was a combination of things. We ate more wings, but also the states that supplied the most chickens had really bad weather. If you remember, like those big ice storms in Texas, those really kind of decimated the chicken population. So not only did we eat more chicken and there was fewer chicken available, the price of chicken also went up. Right? The price of chicken wings also went up something like 30%. So when you put all that stuff together, now you get a chicken wing shortage, and we all out here panicking.
but I mean, as far as go ahead, Doc.
No, I was just gonna say that I think the most interesting part is that you're right. There was a supply chain issue overall, so shelves were empty and stuff like that. So that was all of these things are part of what led to this chicken wing shortage. But I think the biggest thing to note that there was a chicken that we eat so much chicken is, and we ate more during the pandemic. What we found was actually obesity rates and weight gain actually increased during the pandemic. Right, when we had more times on our hands to exercise, we actually exercised less during the pandemic. And what research studies found was that overall exercise went up, but what happened was the people who who already exercised before the pandemic, they exercised more. And the people who didn't exercise before the pandemic still did not exercise during the pandemic. So the people who exercise actually exercise.
You know what's crazy with you giving those numbers, Doc, is that we had an opportunity to get ourselves healthy. To, if we feared the pandemic, if we feared COVID because of what it was doing, we knew that it actually hurt more people that were unhealthy, meaning those people that were obese, the people that were overweight, that had all these chronic issues, the different comorbidities and things like that. So if I'm hearing you right, the lack of really putting forth the effort to take care of ourselves or exercising if we didn't exercise, knowing one of the, something that could cost you your life was because COVID was affecting you more if you were unhealthy, but we just didn't take advantage of that at all. Instead, we chose to order more chicken.
You know what, fellas, man, hold on, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, to our audience out there and me, I'm a chicken wing lover. And one of the things that I gotta say is and I'm seeing you eating with me. And the one thing that I want to say is that you got all these bodybuilders out here. You get all of these different diets, and some of the things that they're saying is, okay, you can bake them, you can barbecue them or grill them, and they're a healthy option. And people are being told that this is the best way to get protein is oftentimes through chicken. And like you said earlier, Dr. Everett, the breast is oftentimes a little dry. So what people want to go for is the chicken wing. So right. I don't know, are we being pigeonholed into going into the chicken wing, or are the things that they're saying not factual, and is this how is this impacting our health?
Well, I think first off, I'm not trying to end up like Oprah and have the chicken wing industry trying to sue me. So what I'm not saying, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat chicken. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that deep fried chicken wings is not the healthiest thing on the planet. Mm-hmm. That's all. I think that's all that we're saying, right? So you can love chicken, but it's about preparation, right? You can. You know what I'm saying? You can deep fry anything and turn it from healthy to not so healthy. And I think that's really all it is.
Moderation. And obviously there was no moderation of eating chicken.
That wasn't even the word.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting, man, when you think about those things, because like you said, I think when it comes to chicken, Dr. Vaught, you made a good point. It has been popularized to eat more chicken because of the protein that you get from it. If you're working out, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to eat more protein. So usually the protein of choice for a lot of us would be chicken, and we just don't, we don't get those other options. But then when we're told that chicken is a good option for protein, what we choose to do, like Dr. Everett was saying, is deep fry it. And I think that's where that's where the problems really begin, because now we go into the whole thing again. We're going back to talking about the obesity. We're talking about the high cholesterol, the clogged arteries, all these different things that's going to have a negative impact on your health versus what you were told to eat the chicken for. The protein for the health benefit if you're working out, to gain muscle, to lose weight, and all those different things. So, yeah, man, I think a lot of times it's when we're given information, it's a thing, man, to actually have information and understanding the information that's given to you.
And I kind of
Right.
look at it too, like since we're talking about there's a shortage, I look at every community, you know, and this is based off opinion, fellas, and not to deviate, but I know we got Korean barbecue with the chicken wings. I know we got Southern fried chicken with chicken wings. I know we got the backyard barbecue with chicken wings. I know every community of people has their own thing that they do with chicken wings. But yeah,
Kind of
there you
sound
go.
like Bubba Gump. Kind of sound like
I
Bubba
got
Gump right
I got chicken fried chicken wings. I got popcorn chicken. So, what community of people do you think truly indulge the most in chicken wings? I mean, like, and really have caused some of the shortage.
I think
You know what? I think that's something we can get rid
Yes,
of right now because it is my belief. I have not done
that's
my
all.
research
All I want is your
that
opinion.
black people do not eat more
you
chicken
know what
than
I would
anybody
agree.
else.
I eat a lot of
Americans
chicken,
Right,
eat a
a
lot of
lot of
right,
chicken.
chicken wings.
We can't. We 20% of the population. We
right.
can't cause no
I think
shortage.
we
I
less
mean,
than that.
you think about it, man. You get people that go out to grab a bite to eat if you're watching a sports game or anything like that. The easiest thing to have is chicken wings.
Yes.
So I don't think that we're trying to
Right.
make this about, we as black people eat more chicken wings. Really, the point that we want to get across is when we eat a lot of chicken wings as black people, it
Right.
really has an effect on us because we're not doing some of the other things to really offset the
There
health,
you go.
the negative effects that it has on our health.
And like we were saying, man, the people who exercise more, and the people who didn't exercise. And I think that's what it comes down to because 42% of the U.S. gained weight during the
42%.
pandemic on average.
That's that, that's
42%
almost
gained weight during the
half.
pandemic on
That's almost
average.
half.
Yeah,
Of the country.
yeah. On average, 29 pounds. On average, 29 pounds.
Wow.
So about 30 pounds on
Mm.
average, right? People gained during the pandemic. And we know the effects of weight gain, right? We know the effects of tipping the scale. If you were already, like we said, those people didn't exercise, so they probably were already unhealthy, and then added more to it during the pandemic, right? When we look at our numbers during the pandemic, we know they directly related to the state of health in our country, directly related to the health state in our country, and that's why our COVID numbers look like they did. So when we sat at home and ate and watched movies and stuff like that, that made us more susceptible to infection, to disease, to heart issues and breathing issues and blood issues, right? And all of these things, these systems breaking down as we ate more deep fried chicken wings. And I think that's really the point is, we have to begin to look at this, look at all of this stuff for what it actually is. The simplest and most common denominator are the habits that we have, right? What's our word?
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
It's
And,
lifestyle.
bringing that
That's
back,
it.
something you said earlier, Dr. Tipler, what you said was moderation. Because, I mean, I know some of our listeners right now are eating chicken wings, cooking chicken wings, preparing them, grilling them, buying them. Um, and we're not, like we said, we're not saying take the chicken wings out your freezer. We're not saying that you shouldn't have it. You can replace chicken wings with a multitude of other items. But this item happened to be something that right now is chronically and can chronically cause if done in out of moderation and prepared improperly a tremendous amount of health fatalities and one of the
It
and there's a
really is.
multitude of things that can go ahead, Dr. E.
Right. And it really is, and really talking about that, if there was a shortage of apples, it would be a problem if everybody was making apple pie with them.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's
right.
not necessarily about the chicken. It's like what we're saying is it's the preparation,
Yeah.
right? It's you getting the chicken in your hands and what you do with it, just like you getting the apple in your hand and what you do with it.
Right.
So, and that's the important part for people to understand. Even when we're talking about things like we talked about before, is that people want the protein, like bodybuilders and stuff like that. Bodybuilders don't eat deep fried chicken wings if they're trying to gain protein, because it ends up having a reverse effect on the fat that they bring in and all that other stuff, so they don't get the benefits. Right? What they eating?
The breast,
grilled chicken.
The grilled
chicken breast, the leanest part of the chicken.
Yeah.
Right, the leanest part of the chicken.
So if you guys remember or know, you know that I guess with the wings is also considered white meat. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So the wings are also considered white meat, just like the chicken breast is considered white meat. I don't know. I would think
meat? Is it the thigh?
The thigh is the dark meat. The back is dark meat. So
and the leg and the drum.
The drum. Well, yes, the drum. The leg drum. Yeah. That's the thigh, not the back. I don't know what I'm talking about. But when you think about it, when you think about that, man, it's like
when you said white meat or dark meat. Back. As soon as you thought about the thigh, you said the thigh, then the back, the dark meat. Right. It's all right. It only makes sense.
We're gonna say that. Hey, we're gonna say that for another
show. but I don't know if it's a difference in the meat and the amount of protein. But I would think if it's coming from the same chicken, shouldn't it be the same protein?
But you know what? I actually heard that, and this is something I heard. Didn't do the research, that chicken wings are actually the worst part of the chicken to eat, because that's where they inject the steroid into the bird when they're injecting antibiotics and steroids. And I thought about it. I mean, I don't think they would inject it into the neck. I don't think they would inject it into the chest. They're definitely not doing it into the leg. So, I mean, right on the side of the bird, and the meaty part of the bird is probably where they would inject it. I mean, and the person was a credible source, I would think. But, I mean, if that is the true case, and we're eating you sit down and eat 10 wings on a table, and they all have been injected before
halftime.
Well, I got one other thing to add, something to think about, man. Some that you have to think about. So I forgot there was a documentary that we watched, and we showed a lot of our clients in the office, and it showed how fast you can actually grow a chicken. Right? I forgot how long, but I think it was about 45 days, maybe like a.
It's like. Yeah, it was like 45. It's like between 30 and 60
days. And you grow a chicken from the time it hatches. In like 45 days, you got a full grown chicken. So with hormones. So now we talk about the chicken. So we had So we had a chicken short. Well, we had a chicken wing shortage that lasted all but 30, 45 days. So it lasted 30, 45 days. So can we safely say that those, the hormones and things like that, they were able to just kind of replenish that shortage of chickens that we had in 45 days?
So what happened was, like I said, the price of chicken went up. So when the price of chicken went up, people actually ended up purchasing less. Right, so when you go to your local pub or whatever, and you go to buy chicken, a dozen was whatever $12.50, and now that dozen is $19.50. You're like, ooh, shoot, let me just get some fries. So it was a lot of that. It was a lot of sort of and then as we came out of the pandemic, the demand for chicken wings actually went down. Mm-hmm. It went down and it flattened out because we weren't at home. And we weren't ordering as many chicken wings. So all of those, and then the prices came down, all that stuff. We ate less chicken, the prices came down, all that stuff. And so we got out of the crisis.
Right.
And, with getting out of that, it allowed for the chicken population to recover. Like you said, it was probably like 2 months.
The thing
This
is,
crazy, man. Who want a chicken? Who want a chicken that's full
you
grown
have
in
to
40
laugh
days?
at some of the stuff, man, when you think about it, because I mean, I don't think we sometimes sit and think about, man, what is actually being done to some of the food that we eat and the impact that it's having on our health. And sometimes when we, with us sitting here, we're talking about it. I mean, seriously, we're we want you all our listeners, what we're talking about is serious, but it's like when you're really thinking about this, it's like, man, you have to shake your head at it, because sometimes it seems like the industry takes us for fools sometimes.
Only because we act like them.
Yeah. And that's what I was getting ready to say. And many times they correct.
But you know what? Go ahead, Doc.
Because I was just gonna say, because we are buying fast food, and we are buying chicken wings at an astronomical rate, and we are participating in the unhealthiness at an alarming level, right? Like we indulging at a level that our country has never seen. Not only are we indulging in the food that we eat, we indulging in leisure, right? We're not exercising, and so when you put all those things together, what you get is a recipe for real disaster. And a lot of times, we talk about the things that we're most afraid of, right? Like COVID, or wars, or the economy crashing, housing crashes. We talk about all of the racism, right? I'm throwing that in there. All the things that we're worried about and that we deal with the most. I will tell you unequivocally, factually, that the biggest issue that we are dealing with as Americans, and specifically as Black people, is our health.
And we
it is the most important and the most significant thing that we are dealing with, hands down, and nothing else.
And I think that we can try to blame the government. We can try to say that it's other sources, but if we indulged in and overdid things with our health, with exercise, with the way we eat, with those kind of habits, I mean, these wouldn't be a problem. Nobody's making people buy chicken wings, and the chicken is not the fault. But if they're growing chickens in 30 and 40 days to meet the demand, this is going to cause more diseases, right? Which means that we are the ones that are bringing it on ourselves through the wrong indulgence.
Yeah. So is there a safe way to fry the chicken?
Are you asking for your cousin? You're not asking for you asking for your cousin.
I'm asking for our listeners, man, because we can give this information, but it's still going to be, it's still people that wants, a good piece of fried chicken. So,
can I give you the answer to that? Go ahead and eat fried chicken. Get it from wherever you want. Cook it however you want.
What about an air fryer? They got air fryers now.
That's what I was waiting on. That's what I was waiting to hear, because it's like, oh, I don't use all that oil. I use an air fryer now. So.
Okay, you know what? I am 100% ignorant on the air fryer. I don't own one, so I don't even know how they work. I've never even had food from an air fryer. So I don't even, because people tell me about French fries all the time. My favorite food.
That's another show.
People
that's
tell
a
me about French fries out of air fryer.
That's
a whole other show. Yeah. I mean, ice cream can be your favorite food. They don't mean you have to eat your favorite food 3 times and 4 times a week.
Well, I can tell you this, Dr. Everett. Fries don't taste the same coming out of grease like a fried chicken wing. I have an air fryer. My wife uses it a lot. I don't particularly like it because it's like one of those. I forgot those little ovens that used to just kind of cook everything with. You didn't have to put anything in it. You just put it in there, and the magic oven, and everything be all dried out. Yeah, that's kind of what the air fryer reminds me of. So.
So it's like so them French fries is like the tofu of French fries. Like
you got the crisp and the crunch to it, but it just It's not the same.
It ain't the same.
Not
It
the
just
same.
ain't the
You gotta
same.
put
Season the
some.
same,
You gotta
but
put
it
some
ain't
of
the
that lemon
same.
pepper sauce on them. Then
Right.
the lemon
The
pepper.
seasoning,
Lemon pepper sauce.
hey, the seasoning just don't stick like it do when it's coming out of that hot grease.
But you know what? And but here's the thing: you really make a good point, right? And and we say this all the time: if you're gonna eat healthy, you have to go ahead and accept that it's not going to taste as good
That
as
is
unhealthy.
true.
You have to accept that fact, right? You have to already accept that fact that when you eat cookies without refined sugar in it, it's not going to taste as good. When you eat cake, made from stevia, it's not going to taste as good. You know what I'm saying? And when you eat French fries from an air fryer, they ain't going to taste as good. So it's getting past this idea of the only thing or the most important thing that matters is how your food tastes. When that's an important thing, it's not the most important thing, right? The most important thing is the nutritional value of your food, then considering those other things. And it's really important that people begin to, change the order of importance when it comes to their food and not put taste at the very top. Which is what we do right now. I don't eat that. It don't taste good. I don't drink water because it don't taste good. That's the craziest thing I have ever heard in my life. I don't like the taste of water. What taste? What taste? What taste? What you talking about? I don't get what you're talking about. Because it don't taste like fruit punch.
It's not sweet. It's not sweet.
Right. It's not sweet. Right. And I think that's the issue. One of the issues that we're dealing with is kind of our priorities when it comes to our food. It's difficult for people to make those changes and to make those switches when food is placed in such high regard in our lives. Right? Food is supposed to be nourishment. It's not supposed to be your pleasure. Right? That's not supposed to be where you get your satisfaction from. That can happen sometimes. But that's not supposed to be where you get your daily satisfaction from. It's from
Let
your
food be thy medicine and medicine thy food.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah. And and deep fried chicken
Not
is
at all.
not medicine.
Matter of fact, that's why we're taking so much medicine.
Right. So when you ask the question, what is the best way to prepare fried chicken? Any food that you can prepare
once a month,
and it doesn't have a medicinal aptitude for your body to be able to utilize, it does not have a best way to prepare. It's surely for pleasure, and that's okay.
Yeah,
and proper moderation.
Yeah, that's okay. Perspective, right? Perspective. Right. So let me ask you guys a question. So my favorite food in the whole world is French fries, hands down. Right. That's it. I love potatoes. What, Dr. Tipler, what's your favorite?
It's funny because I really don't have a favorite food. Now, I won't call it my favorite, but if French fries, it becomes it's something that. It's satisfying. Yeah, definitely satisfying. But when it comes to a favorite food, I just don't have one. Yeah, but something quick. If I just needed something quick and I'm on the run or anything like that, don't have time to sit down and cook anything. If I can get me a little sack of fries or something like that, then I'm good to
go. Still want some grease in your hands. Man, they're licking fingers.
You know what, man? I must say my favorite food is seafood. But when I think about something I need to have in my hands, if I want something good, man, street Mexican tacos, man, steak. Cilantro, onion, sour cream, and cheese with some green sauce.
All that on there.
And
all that on there. That's how you go to the park. You be like, give me all that.
Oh bad, yeah. But
and so the point of my question was, what we are not saying, and many of the misconceptions is that you can't eat those foods. right? Or that you have to turn into a vegetarian, you have to turn into a vegan, you have to turn into something else, right? Like you gotta go from way over here to way over there. And that's really not what we're saying. What we're saying is your commitment to your health looks different. And that does not mean that you can't ever eat street tacos or you can't never eat French fries. It doesn't mean that. It means that it holds a different place in your life, right? The bad food that you've always been eating now holds a different place in your life. It becomes something that's an exception rather than the rule when it comes to the food that you feed yourself and the food that you feed your family, right? Is that, cookies and cakes and ice cream and street tacos and French fries and fried chicken, all this stuff become exceptions in your diet when you begin to think of them a different way. So we're not saying, that you gotta eat, salted cardboard every single day. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're saying. But what we're saying is that you have to understand that when you eat street tacos or when you eat deep fried French fries, that it's bad for you. You know what I'm saying? That it's bad for you. What you are doing is something that is bad for you. And that's okay to do something that's bad for you as long as that's not what you're doing all the time. Right? And that's really okay because our bodies are strong. God gave us an amazing body that can recover from street tacos once a month. but it ain't strong enough to recover from street tacos twice a week.
Or French fries 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Man, that would be the life. That would be the life. But you ain't got much of a life if that's what you're doing.
So yeah, man. Chicken wing shortage. Wow.
Yeah. The chicken wing shortage just illustrates the issues that we're dealing with. And I think that's one of the reasons we really wanted to bring this up is because what you'll find is that we funneling many of these topics back into the core, right? Results. The core of these issues that we're dealing with, whether it's COVID or it's mental health or it's the food we eat or whatever it is that we may be talking about. What it all comes back to is, choices.
So if you want chicken, if you're eating chicken for protein, you can swap it out for a bowl of greens. A bowl of fresh greens.
Is this the only country that has ever had a chicken wing shortage?
I don't know.
No, I know the Irish had a potato shortage. I heard about, like 100
corn
years
hash.
ago.
Well, it was probably I don't know, Dr. Vaughn.
But that was an actual famine. Right. That was an actual famine, not a fake crisis like our chicken wing shortage.
They just ran out of the chickens that they had in storage. That's all.
Right. Sports bars was just panicking. That's why it was news. Sports bars was panicking. Sports bars in the NFL.
So they was dying. We was just hungry. Okay.
I mean, most of the chicken was probably dead anyway before they even get a chance to process it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. We watched that. You talked about that documentary. And, one of the things they showed, if you remember, they showed, the chicken houses and stuff like that. And like when they would clear out, to get the chickens processed, like how many dead chickens was left over. They would have to go in and clean up all the dead chickens afterwards. It was crazy. I'm like, what is that? Like 10%? Like 10% of them dead already. So what's the state of health of the other 90%? You know what I'm saying?
Before
right. They throw them in the machine.
Right. Man.
Wow, it's wild, man. We appreciate y'all hanging with us and listening to us and participating in these discussions. Hopefully these are things that you're sharing with the people that are close to you, the things that we talk about. Tell them about Black Health by Evoke. Let them know that all we are doing, the only mission that we have is to get our people aware and improve the state of health of the Black community. So, Black Health by Evoke, his mission is very, very clear, and we would love for y'all to participate in it by sharing it with your friends and family and letting them know what it is we're doing and what it is that we're talking about. But we always thank you guys for riding with us.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody. That's big. That's big. And like Dr. Everett said, hey, this is for our health. That's why we do it. This is for our health. Even though we want to have a little fun with it, but we also have to bring that awareness.
And it sounds a little funny, chicken wing shortage, but these are things that we deal with on a daily basis of overindulgence, and having fun with it. Like you said, Dr. Tipler, is a great way, but also to really bringing an awareness. So please share some laughs, share some joy, and keep evoking Black health as something being a pinnacle that you do for our community and our future. Thank you so much for listening.
That's it.
Thank you for listening to Black Health by Evoke.
He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything.
You can find us at www.evokingblackhealth.com or all social media platforms at Evoking Black Health.